people by their actions.
Yes.
Yes,
And so you judge yourself by your own actions.
Yes.
right. I was gonna say it a little bit differently, it's more than remembrance. I think that the world is actively pushing in against us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we need to hear the truth to be able to resist that push, that voice that speaks so much louder sometimes than
Right.
any other voice.
Right.
We need to overcome, we don't need to overcome, but hearing the truth overcomes that.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Yes, it's overcome for us.
The world also teaches us we gotta preserve our own lives.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And so ultimately, not everybody thinks this far down the road, but ultimately if you take that to its end, the divorcing people from what they've done to you, then that, according to the world's view, that would leave you open to being hurt,
Right.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, they subconsciously, some very consciously, when they hear you say that, that's what they
Yes.
jump to then,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And they can become very angry
Yes.
because they've been hurt by a lot of people, right? And then the thought of divorcing people from what they've done, meaning you're no longer going to be imputing transgression to them. Well, then how are you going to protect yourself from them? Right?
Yeah.
So the whole thing doesn't compute.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
That whole type of ideology doesn't compute unless you become aware that God's promised eternal life as a gift. Right? That's one of the things that will bring forth forgiveness in a person. It isn't just an intellectual thing of divorcing them, right? That's a big aspect of it. You begin to see it that way. But recognizing I have a life that's not subject to sin.
Right.
I have a life that actually overcame sin and death, never to be able to die again, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the life I have now. And so I no longer view the transgression people commit against me as if it can steal something from me.
Right.
I no longer view it as if it can take something from me, if it can knock me down, if it can keep me from some good thing. And so I don't view it that way. Now, when I say that I don't view it that way, that doesn't mean that instantaneously I feel happy-go-lucky about it, right? Sometimes I gotta go off and talk with God and be reminded, right? Somebody does something that really stings. Sometimes I gotta go walk off and be reminded about the life I have.
Yeah.
Right? Because when somebody does something to you that stings, your initial reaction is they took something from you. They're keeping you from something. You lack something now. And you feel very upset about that. Right? And that's why we feel so hurt. Right? We feel like somebody's taken something from us, whether it's honor or respect or joy or peace or something tangible, a car, money, house, whatever. You feel upset. You feel lack. I lost something. Something was stolen from me. It's not right. You know, but then you go off and you start thinking about, I have eternal life. And you start thinking, well, can you steal from eternal life?
Yeah,
No.
right.
No.
Can you take from eternal life? No. Can anything keep eternal life from bringing forth peace? No. Can anything keep eternal life from bringing forth joy? No. Then you start thinking, well, then that person can't take anything from me actually. Right? If they did something bad to you, that doesn't mean you're going to like what they did, but at least you're going to start feeling, restored in the soul. The lack will be moved out of the way. Right? I don't say you'll go off and rejoice that they've done some horrible thing to you. You could still recognize that that's death. That's not the fruit of God's life.
Right.
Right? But you don't feel the sting in your soul
Right.
permanently. And that
Right.
makes it easier to divorce people
Hmm?
when you combine that. Right?
It
The
becomes-
possessing of eternal life.
It becomes a matter of just having the right perspective, or that helps give you the right perspective.
Eternal life, yeah.
Yes.
It'll make you think straight.
Yeah, exactly.
The only right thoughts are thoughts that are born from eternal life.
Right.
Any thought that isn't born from eternal life is a wrong thought. Right? So what we haven't realized is that death has fathered the thinking in the world.
Mm.
Death has fathered the thinking in the world. And we've been inundated with death thinking, right? From very young, on every front, right? And so the eternal life, man, you keep hearing eternal life, it straightens out your thinking. And you begin to view things the right kind of way. Like life will father your thoughts. Right? Like the only reason Jesus could say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, is because he had eternal life. Right?
Yeah.
That really contributed to his thinking. Right? That really helped him.
Yeah. Right.